Hello. So I wanted to make this video about something that happened nearly 2 weeks ago. And it wasn't last Thursday, but it was the Thursday before. And what happened was someone had made a Facebook comment saying that all women change their best friends every season, but my best friend and I have been together since childhood. It was a guy, and I was following him, and we have been rather cool for a while. It wasn't like we were BFFs, but I looked at him as a bro and he looked at me as a sis because we are in the same organization where it's essentially a brother-sister org. And I didn't see an issue with him initially. It's just that certain comments he made were a little bit sexist, but I wasn't trying to act as if he didn't have any other ideals. And I was trying to be diplomatic in the situation when I said that I didn't like his comment because it was sexist, but he tried to go off on me and try to make it like I was the problem because I came into a conversation that had nothing to do with me. Which, first of all, if you make a comment on Facebook, anyone can apply that to them or anyone can reply. Like, if you make a comment saying all women are like this, or if you say all black people are like this, then you are talking to all black people. You are talking to all women. And for people to say, well, it had nothing to do with you, bitch, then don't say all women. If you don't want to make it about all women, then don't say all women. So don't make a Facebook status saying all people are like this and then get mad when people comment saying that's not how I'm like and calling you out for your stereotyping. And I am not talking about calling men this or calling out white supremacy or white privilege or light skin privilege or heterosexual privilege or cis privilege, able-bodied privilege, you name it, privilege in other people. But I am talking about people saying all marginalized groups do this, they say this, and then get mad when someone jumps onto your post and tries to correct you. I'm not someone that's going to start drama. I'm not someone that's going to just rile people up because I'm bored, okay? Like, I'm not like someone that's so messy that they just live for drama and like to cause it for no reason. So if I come into a post about something, that means shit got real, because I'm not going to say anything and cause drama and risk my mental health and anxiety if there wasn't something serious. So all I do is just correct people and move on. But then they want to turn into this whole debate over whether it was sexist or not. And then this girl under his post says that all women are in competition with each other. They ruin everything. And she said it with a lot of malice. And I can like get an idea of the tone of people's statements in their Facebook posts or their writing in general. I can read the tone and how words are structured and how the syntax was created. I can sense the tone in her writing. So all I said was, that's not true. I'm not like that. You can keep your sexist beliefs though. And I didn't say it to anyone in particular because I know how some women are. They want to sit here and try to cause arguments with other women because they don't like other women. They see women as a competition. So it's basically a pissing contest for them. And I'm not like that. I'm not going to sit here and show how bad of a bitch I am or how much of a savage I am for nothing. I'm not. There was no reason for them to get mad at me. And then this guy brings up the fact that he can't be a misogynist because his mother is a feminist. His mother stands up for black women's rights. She is someone that works with domestic violence victims. And there was just no way that he could be a misogynist because his mom's a woman. And he sounded just like every white person that says that they cannot be racist because either their grandchild is mixed, their boyfriend is black, or their best friend is black. Or whatever brown race that people are accusing them of oppressing. So he didn't sound any different than the white people that he was arguing with on Facebook about how he was calling them racist, and they got mad at him because he called them racist instead of just evaluating why they were being racist. He did that with me when I called him sexist. And then a girl came onto the post again like, well, this is just my experience, and I've dealt with a lot of shitty friends, and a lot of them were girls, and it's always a competition between us. And I said that may be true, but you need to understand why that is. And also, I've dealt with shitty girlfriends. I've dealt with shitty girls who try to act like they're my friend but talking about me behind my back, or talking to crushes knowing that I like them and just being shady all around. But I'm not going to judge every single girl and say that's how we all are like, and then make it as if it's just a pathological, biological woman thing. And she tried to say, oh, it's just factual that women are in competition. And when I try to be nice and say, I understand why you feel that way, but it's not all women, then she was like, well, I said what I said, so nothing you say can change my opinion. So I'm like, okay, this bitch doesn't even care. This bitch doesn't care that she's being misogynistic, creating dangerous beliefs towards other women, and feeding this ideal that they are just genetically inferior, and wonder why so many girls have low self-esteem. But you don't care. But then I try to settle the argument. I wasn't trying to argue with someone that I didn't know, especially off of another person's Facebook post, because I know that creates tension. Because people come to me like, why'd you let this bitch argue with me? Because she didn't agree with my opinion on the post you made. Why didn't you defend me? So I wasn't trying to have that. But once we settled the whole little riff, then another girl came onto the post like, well, I don't see how she was being misogynistic. So can you explain to me how? Now, I hate when people settle a disagreement and then another person, most likely a friend, will come in like, well, I don't understand how you were being so disrespectful to this person when we had already settled it. That's being messy, and that's just wanting conflict and drama and anxiety in other people. And I hate that. There was no reason for this other girl to come in and try to argue with me after I had already settled the argument. And then we were trying to be nice to each other, but then this guy kept sort of egging it on and saying, well, you're stupid, you're this, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, so you're calling me all these ableist slurs because I don't agree with the fact that you are a misogynist? Or no, you made a misogynistic comment? Like, I don't understand. Like, I wasn't even flat out saying they were misogynistic. I said a comment was misogynistic, or it fed into stereotypes of women. And he had saw a post I made earlier saying that women aren't always in competition. When people say that about women, that is feeding this ideal that we are only here to compete with other women, to see other women as a threat. But men are the good guys. Men can't possibly be a threat. And that's who we want to be with. And that we are constantly fighting each other for male approval. And that's dangerous, because girls have died from that dangerous logic. And here you are just promoting it like it's nothing. Normalizing that shit. So I was being nice. I wasn't calling them out their name. They were calling me out my name. And then the girls that had originally commented tried to jump in and make slide comments like, oh, you know, some people are just stupid. Some people like me because I didn't agree with you. And then other girls were like, oh, well, I'm not like, no, I even said I'm not trying to start drama. If I am coming onto a post about something I don't agree with, it's not to start drama. It's just to correct you and move on. I'm not a drama person. And every time I try to talk to someone and say, you know, I got into this argument with this girl or some bullshit, they ask me, why did I get myself involved? Like, it wouldn't have even happened if this person would have just left me alone or left the whole thing alone. I said, we are done. Let's drop it because this is getting out of hand. This guy kept trying to push me into this argument, kept calling me stupid because he's hot-headed. And I don't understand. Like, later on, they try to come at me again, and he made a Facebook status saying, you know, he made a Facebook status saying, I'm not going to have a civil discourse with you if you're going to be calling me out my name. So I said, I wasn't trying to call you out your name. I was simply saying that I did not agree with you, and that other points you made in the past, I agree with. I agree with you 9 out of 10 times, but I just did not agree with you on that point. And then he got mad at me and tried to cuss me out and just, you know, got his dick hard off of trying to make him look like he's better than a woman, a black woman at that, being a biracial man, bragging about how your white feminist mother is an ally to black women, and how apparently a black woman who's been a black woman for 22 years doesn't know shit, and that you are apparently more feminist than me, even though you're a man, and there is no way a man can be a feminist. I'm sorry. You can be a supporter, you can be an ally even, but you cannot call yourself a feminist or a womanist, because that is very intrusive. Just like white women or non-black women cannot call themselves womanist. They cannot, because it is very African American female specific, that other black women around the world can also be a part of. But to act as if men can be feminists and womanists, no. Because most men who call themselves feminists or womanists will sit here and try to police women's bodies and try to utilize respectability politics as to how we should be treated or how we should be perceived. And that's why I don't trust male feminists. I don't. And then he's like, well, you can be a feminist no matter your gender. Whatever, okay? I didn't agree. And then more people came onto his Facebook post because he kept talking shit. Eventually, I had to deactivate my Facebook account because it was just so much bullshit. But then I saw it from someone else's page and they were still talking shit. So I came back like, okay, what you got to say about me? Like, here I am. And then originally the girl that had made a comment about women forever being a competition, she came on Dare try to talk smart with me because she had a bunch of niggas backing her up now. Now that a bunch of niggas was on the post talking about where's the bitch and I'm going to tell her off, then she tried to sit here and get bold like, shut the fuck up, bitch. You know what? You weren't saying all this shit to me when it was just a few people. Now when more niggas came onto the post, then you want to sit here and show out. And she's lesbian, by the way. You know, she's not straight, but they try to make it like she couldn't be sexist or she couldn't have internalized misogyny because she is a lesbian. First of all, I'm bisexual and I wouldn't be attracted to you, by the way. Like, they try to make it like, oh, because she likes women that she can't make ignorant comments about other women. And then when I made a point that, well, obviously you're a straight man, but I'm still calling you a sexist, they didn't say nothing. They like just avoided the whole discussion on how someone can be a misogynist and still be a woman or still love women or still date women. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that whole logic about how you cannot be a bigot within your own oppressed group just because you happen to belong to it. I don't understand how people say I can't be anti-black when I am black. You know, I used to believe in that, but no, it's just no logic behind it. But this girl wanted to start calling me bitch and hoe and all of that. And then she ended up calling me slut bucket, which is funny because the guy that I was arguing with tried to say that I wasn't getting any dick. And it's funny how they always use that excuse. It's funny how when I don't agree with you, I don't get dick. But before, when I had made a comment under your sass about how, yeah, I'm tired of guys just acting shady or just leaving me a bunch of messages in my DMs because he made a comment about girls having so many messages in their DMs, he gonna ignore that, but then act as if I'm not getting any dick. First of all, you don't know my sex life. You wouldn't know. And to sit here and say that just proves you're a misogynist. But she wanted to sit here and call me a slut bucket. And I said, so you're calling me a slut bucket, but yeah, I am not getting any dick. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then she said, well, it's just an expression and I don't know you, but this guy knows you. And apparently he's right when he says that you're not getting any dick. First of all, this guy doesn't know me like that. And second of all, you don't know what I am getting. But I will tell you this. You know, nothing you say is accurate. That's all I'm going to say. Then this other guy came in and tried to ease the situation and say, oh, well, maybe if you hadn't spoken when you weren't spoken to, this wouldn't have happened. But before, he was talking all bad like, oh, when this bitch comes, I'm going to let her have it. And then when I came onto the post, he going to sit here and change his tune. And I guess because when he saw what I looked like in the profile pic, then he going to sit here and be a lot nicer because he pictured another girl that looked